Hey everybody, it's Christina of CraftyPaws. Wanted to come on and share with you guys my next DT project for Not2ShabbyShop. I'm going to put a link in the description box below to their store, and if you make a purchase there through April 6th, she's having a sale, an Easter sale for 20% off if you use the code Easter20. After April 6th, if you're making a purchase after that, please consider using the code CraftyPaws, all in capital letters, for 10% off. And if your order is $60 or more, you automatically get free shipping in the US. And Jamie has some fantastic products, including these adorable CC design stamps. Oh, this one was from her old store, so I don't think that one's carried anymore. But I know she's gonna be getting in Elfie, the other little Swiss pixie, and that is so adorable. I can't wait to pick her up as well, and I'm going to add her to this project after I get her. I am attaching here an entire process showing you how I put together this wreath. I hope you enjoy it, and if you do, please consider giving this video a thumbs up. Thanks! I started with this beautiful, plain, simple, white paper mache oval frame that was gifted to me by Myra, who's Crafty Rats here on YouTube. And this pink trim that I start decorating it with is from V, who's Virginia 1468. It looks like it's made out of a really kind of specialty yarn almost. It's all made out of loops, and it's got a really fluffy texture to it. And then of course I remembered that I had intended to trim the edges, the sides of the oval frame first with this beautiful eyelet, this white eyelet that was also from V. And so I have to go back and lift up the pink fluffy trim and put down this eyelet first. And I should have just done that to begin with. I don't know where my head was when I first started doing this. But I thought that the contrast between kind of the more simplistic eyelet with this really fluffy trim that's made out of this kind of specialty fluffy yarn was a really nice kind of base for the whole wreath that I'm making here. And I'm just taking my time. I fast forwarded this in the recording, obviously, but I wanted to show you guys the entire process. So parts of it aren't cut out or anything like that. So I'm just putting the eyelet all along the edge and also along the side of the frame there. I snip off the last little remnant piece and make sure everything is down and secure. And then I go back and finish doing the securing of the pink trim. And it's actually a little more complicated than you'd think, just because it's a very loose trim. The edge, the top edge is obviously all sealed together, but all of that fluffiness is fantastic, and I didn't want to dampen that too much, but it makes securing the rest of it, especially the top portion of the frame, a little more tricky. So I have to go back quite a bit to get that all laid down. And there it is. And then I decided to add this really beautiful scallop lace that has pearls added to it every, I don't know, probably inch or so. It is just gorgeous. And that is a trim from Mel of Mel's Craft Boutique. And it's one of the pieces that I had left over after being a GDT for member for her shop. And it is just gorgeous. And I have to fiddle with it a little bit just because it would normally, I think, lie flat and straight. So I wanted to make sure that I had enough, and I had just enough to make it all the way around the inner part of this oval frame. And I'm just securing it down right on the edge of the inside oval opening. And then I have to go around and secure the outside pieces so that it doesn't kind of buckle up because it has that turn in it. I just secure as much as I can the outside or bottom edge of the scallop as well. And then I decided to add these beautiful appliques that have sequins and pearls. And I secured two pieces. These were also gifted to me by Virginia. And they are just stunning. They have a nice shimmer to them from the sequins, and those pearls coordinate really nicely with the pearls from the scallop lace that I had added. And I had 2 pieces, so it was perfect for the lower right and the upper left. So I'm securing both of those. And it is a little tricky just making sure it's all secured down through the kind of fluffy pink trim. Next, I decide, I think, to add, you can just take a little peek there, work in progress. Here is a little flower spray. It's the 2 pieces I had left, again, from Mel's Craft Boutique. And it's a much bigger spray, but those 2 pieces I had left. And I thought I'd create kind of a branch across the lower part of the opening of the oval. And I'm just securing that down, because my plan is to have one of the fairies standing on top of that branch extended across. I also had 2 of these beautiful pearlescent leaves from Mel's Craft Boutique, and so I decided to add that to the spray. It adds another texture, another kind of shimmer, and I thought it would go nicely, the leaves with the little flowers, just to try and, you know, create kind of a natural, quote unquote, natural looking branch that extends across. And I'm just securing one of the leaves on the back side as well, because I wanted it to look, even from the side, to look like it belonged there and was kind of growing from the frame. And those are 2 buttons from Mel's Craft Boutique, also left over from my last DT package. And I just decided to add a little bling. That was really the only reason to add those. I added one with a bigger pearl close to the base of the branch, and then a smaller one below. And this is the first fairy with the purple hair. And I'm securing that with hot glue, so she's standing on the branch. And I will say I reinforced her with some little strips of paper behind her leg so that she would be able to stand firm, since she is just regular cardstock that I stamped her out and colored her on. The second one is that Cupid, and I don't know if you'll be able to see, but I stamped out her wings twice so that she actually has 2 wings. And the first one, the Olivia fairy, I actually made those wings out of the Monarch Butterfly Punch by Martha Stewart, after I just colored, you know, some plain white cardstock with some purple, different hues of purple Copic markers. Lastly, I'm there adding just some blingy buttons. I can't remember who actually gifted those to me, but they're, you know, a good size, maybe 1/4 to 1/2 inch in diameter. And I just thought I'd add some sparkle with that. And that's the main part of the wreath pretty much done. Here I am making the kind of hanging portion. I'm taking some pink sheared ribbon and some organza ribbon that has a really pretty edging to it that I thought went really nicely with the pink fluffy trim. And I'm layering that so that it has a more substantial look, you know, rather than having just the sheer organza. And I thought the pink was a perfect match. So I'm securing that to the back just with some hot glue. And I wanted it to lie flat, so you see me attaching it to the edge, the back edge as well. And here I am. You see the beginning of me fiddling with the ribbons that I wanted to use for making the bow. So this is the completed wreath. I really like how it came out. I did miss recording just making this double bow. I created a pink bow out of the remaining piece of this really beautiful kind of sheared ribbon, and the leftover piece of this organza ribbon that has this beautiful edging, I cut into 3 strips so that I could just have more pieces kind of dangling down. And then I decided at the last minute to add this plaid ribbon that's a wired ribbon. I created a triple loop bow and added that to the front because I wanted the green hair of this fairy and the purple hair of that fairy to tie in somewhere else in this wreath. So I thought this little plaid ribbon was perfect for that. And that was actually gifted to me by Emily Cox. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.